everybody, and welcome to Dynamic GT League's GRT4-Four Championship for Race 6 from Trial Mountain. And joining us on commentary is Raymond. Hope you're well, Ray.
Yeah, I'm doing very well. How's yourself?
I'm not bad, as the Reapers, is Demon R, Twilight, and Nelly as we're in a team's championship.
Yep. Sorry, my TV isn't centred. And we've got Turkey Touch Racing, SRI, Dave the Harp, Tiny Bob, and hey.
I didn't know turkeys like hay. In the 4-pack, we've got SGP, Art Pal, Luke, that's Le Mans, and Rich Blues. That's a 2-pack in it, I can see that.
Yeah. And then we've got Charlie Sheen Racing.
Yeah.
George, Jason, Jimmy, and former Gary.
And a big pie of powder.
Yeah.
We'll get on to that in a bit. Would you like to take us quickly through the standards?
Yeah, we have George in first place, 89 points. In second place, Demon R, 84 points. Third place, SGP, 79 points. Fourth place, Dave the Harp, 68 points. Doing well, first season back, 5 points. SRI, 5. Fifth position, SRI, 52 points. Sixth place, Twilight with 51 points, that's a battle. Seventh, Nelly with 40 points. Eighth is Artpal with 39 points. Ninth is Tiny Bob with 32 points. And 10th is Rich Boys with 25. And then tied with Jimmy on 25. And then 12th place is former Gary with 22 points. And sorry I never got to the rest because of my tongue.
To the 5th place. There's the team standings after 5 races. Reapers got a 14-point lead over 4-pack, and Team White is Charlie Sheen Racing on 156 points. Then we've got Turkey Tits on 152. Now, Gary unable to race this evening, which is a little bit of a shame, but everybody else is going to be attacking the Trial Mountain circuit. So as we get ready to take a look at the grid, I'd like to take us through who's where, Ray.
So in first place we've got George. He was late and he got first place. Second place is Art Pal. Third place is Luke. And then fourth place is SGP. That's a mix there.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been another way round. Fifth place is SRI. Sixth place is Demon R. 7th place is Twilight. 8th place is Jason. Oh fuck. No, I fucked up.
Nelly. No, it wasn't Nelly. Who was it then?
Nelly's down there. Jimmy, Luke, Nelly, fucking Rich, and hey.
Dave. It would have been Dave the Art. It was Dave the Art, then there's someone. Well, we've made an absolute mess of this lineup. Oh well, it's easily done. Okay, we're at 4 lights, 5 lights, and away they go. And we've got 5 cars, front-wheel drives at the front, but not for long as Demon R is making moves straight away. He's up to 4. Is he going to get up to 3rd? I don't think he's going to be able to get up to 1st.
He's on the inside line, so he might get 3rd.
Yeah, there we go through. Oh, actually, though, it's been battled by Luke. Luke holds on to that 3rd place.
And Jimmy up to 7th. I can't remember how far back he was, but he's up there battling, as we see Demon R with a 4-pack sandwich in it.
Yeah, and interestingly, it's SGP that's right behind it. So Demon R was able to get ahead of SRI and SGP. Art Pal, let's see, stays with George at the moment, so they held position. I think there's a benefit.
Jimmy out wide. He's got SRI beside him. How's this going to work out? SRI's okay. He's got his teammate behind him, so if his teammate bump drafts him.
Yeah. Well, it'll work, especially down the straight. What's SGP going to do, though, behind Demon R? Pulls out, doesn't go for a bump draft, he's going for a move straight away. And the Atenza does have a greater speed down this straight. Is Jimmy on the pack cam? Having a look up the inside of SRI, can't get it done. Interesting left-hander there. Oh, he has, hasn't he?
He's like, leave that up through.
Oh yes, so teammates nose to tail then on that pack cam as SGP, as I mentioned, got ahead of Demon R. Luke all over the back of Art Pal, who Isn't really letting George run away at the moment. Oh, a lot of curbs there by Luke, but curbs are okay, isn't it? Oh, wow.
No, he's got penalty. That curb wasn't okay.
Yeah, well, I was going to...
No.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, in the DGT rules, if there's curb, you can use it. That's paraphrasing a little bit, it's generalising. But if the game does give you a penalty for using too much curb, then the penalty will stand. Okay, Harpal's actually closed in on the back of George through the final couple of corners. There's Jason on the pack cam, right up behind Nelly. Jason having changed into the McLaren. But I don't think he managed to get a lot of practice. Harpal really is closing in, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely good battle on the pack cam. Jason and Nelly Twilight in there.
Yeah. Okay, into the tunnel. It's going to be very difficult for us to see what happens in there, but I think we'll see a few different lines being used by the drivers. And this right-hander, tricky corner because you want to try and hug the inside apex, but there's there's like an invisible rock that if you get too close to it, gives you a rock bottom.
Alright. Yeah, Alpal didn't use much of the curb there, so you must know about it. I didn't, I was using the whole...
Well, that's the thing, you don't know until you've done it. Okay, on the pack cam, that is Nelly behind his teammate Twilight, and that's SRI looking back actually at Dave the Harp, his teammate. I'll tell you what though, I mean, for Harpal to be keeping pace with George at the moment, it's really good going. We'll have to see how things go on as the tyres warm up.
George, I think a little bit in his line there.
Yeah.
But I think it's done enough to keep Harpal that bit of distance away.
Perhaps, but I don't know if you saw it there. George, I think, went in a little bit deep, got a bit wide. Maybe that's how Harpal caught him up a bit on the previous lap. So, excuse me, the sort of right-hander just after the crest of the hill. Yeah, it looked like George got a little deep, tagged the barbed wire fence. So I have to keep an eye out because so now Harpal has closed that gap in again. So maybe it is coming from there. It's Hay on the pack cam in his silver Mercedes.
We're getting a change
here. Penalty. Yes, he did. From using a little bit too much curb, and the penalty zone. Yeah, he's on the straight, the start-finish straight here. So costly for Luke, but beneficial for SGP because he doesn't have to make any over. Oh, Luke may.
That's a lot of curb again.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. Yeah. I was going to say I'd be surprised if he gets away with that one. It did look a little bit too far over, but it's easily done, especially if you're following someone. You get affected by the dirty air. Luke a bit quicker into the corner there, or maybe a little later on the brakes.
But he's not doing well. Kind of Harpal keeping up pace with George's. Luke has went tight around that corner. He's got to drive. Is he going to?
He's got a bump draft. He's got to. He's got to, surely. Especially with having the penalty. Like, there's not much point in attacking. Whereas if these two do a little bit of bump drafting, they can maybe catch up to Harpal. And then the three of them as a team have got a greater chance of beating George than if it's just 1v1. Oh, SGP's got a bit deep though.
And he's let Luke.
Yeah.
I think he's let Luke through there.
Not only that, Harpal has dropped away from George.
Yeah, he's dropped away as well.
Yeah, now it was this corner that George struggled with on the last lap, and he's gone deep again. Oh, into the barbed wire, and he gets a little bit sideways. That gives Harpal an opportunity. Yeah, Harpal gets ahead. Okay, that has really just spiced things up a little bit. But SGP, him making a mistake in that long left-hander has put Demon R right behind him.
He's very slow through there.
Oh, is he?
He's slow through there. You should be doing about 60 to 70 coming out of there. He was at 40, 50. Is he slowing it?
Well, is he parking it on the apex? Well, you know what he might be doing? Luke had a penalty, didn't he? And Luke hasn't lost a position. However, it has kind of left Art Pal on his own with George at the moment.
Yeah. And how's Art Pal going to be defending this? Where do you think George will go for the move? Oh, he's hit the wall again, George, there.
Demon R and Luke, I think, were side by side. Yeah, they were on the pack count, so Art Pal. Art Pal's definitely not using all of the road, is he? He's definitely given a wide berth. Let's see how wide he goes here. He's carrying all right speed through there, but I think George has got a bit of a run on him. Yeah, pack cam.
Pack cam, no? SRI's decided to push Demon R through.
Yeah, well, will Demon R, once he gets ahead of Luke, pull over in front of Luke? Or no, he's not. So, I mean, Demon R could all, okay, battle for the lead down into the big left-hand hairpin. Art Pal not really defending it, taking a wider line in. And let's see how these guys get on. George is using all of the road, isn't he?
Yeah. SRI hit the inside wall in that turn after the tunnel, the big left-hander.
Yeah.
But he's managed to keep ahead of Luke, and Luke's got ahead of Demon R as well through that.
That he has. Okay, so George then managing to retake the lead, and I mean, is that Twilight? No, that's Dave the Harp behind Demon R. Dave the Harp having changed to the Atenza this week, so that was a little bit tight, but don't know if it went right. Okay, well, let's see what the McLaren has got in a straight line compared to the Atenzas. I mean, basically, we've got Atenza, Mercedes, Atenza in the top 7.
I'm not giving you a 10.
All right, no. No, it has to be a 20, doesn't it? Okay, so on the pack cam, that looks like that is George with Art Pal still hanging on. But this is where really Art Pal could do with that little bit of assistance coming from the likes of SGP or Luke. Oh, Luke moving over. Maybe didn't realise that Demon R had got a little bit of his car up alongside. And what is the rolling rate when it comes to the DGT rules of when space needs to be given?
When somebody's got a bit of the car alongside yours.
As long as it was there fairly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't call me fairly. That's a take on Don't Call Me Shirley. Oh, you got it. Yeah, he's on. You've obviously not had a beer today. Okay, so well, we got Luke then behind SRI. Well, here's a question for you then, Ray. Would it make sense for Luke at this race to work with SRI to try and close the gap with the cars ahead? Obviously, we saw it in Tokyo with that mega long straight. You help whoever, well, not help. You help yourself by working with people around you. Is that the same here?
I would say so. Like, they're quite a bit far away. As SRI got the legs on him to catch him. Oh, he's got a penalty.
Yeah, so what's that? 3rd in 5 laps for Luke. Okay, so that suggests he's gonna have to rein it in a little bit in a few of these corners, and this is where for us as commentators and spectators, we want to see as much chaos as possible. From the admins or stewards side of things, as Luke tags the barrier, what we want to be seeing is Luke now trying to not get those penalties in those same places, because if he continues to get penalties in those same places, it would then mean that he's not learning from the mistakes that he's making.
We see SGP is the fastest lap of the race at the moment. Is that Luke on the back of Dave the Harp? It is.
Yes.
Dave the Harp's not getting any help because SRI's up the road at the minute, and I don't think he wants to come back.
No.
At this moment in time.
Well, Luke having a look up the inside into the tricky right-hander, and manages to get that move done as Rich Blue's on the pack cam, giving Hay a mega boost bump draft. But again, we return to sort of Dave, and that's Twilight, I think, now on the pack cam. Jimmy's in a little bit of no man's land at the moment, isn't he? So we've got Dave here in 7th, Jimmy's in 8th. So if we look on the map, yeah, a little bit of a gap from Dave to Jimmy, and then a bit of a gap from Jimmy to Jason. who, as I mentioned earlier, has changed to the McLaren. I don't know how much practice he has had in it, though.
I wonder if Dave the Harp's going to work with Luke to get on the back of Demonar's. Luke seems to go a bit deep through that corner.
Well, let's see.
I've seen that group people go deep there.
Yeah, and I mean, this corner here, it's very easy to go deep as well, because it's about where do you brake, on before the crest, on the crest, after the crest. Well, you have to try and see. That's a corner I think Luke has been getting stung on with the penalties, taking a little bit too much curve. Looks like he's been okay this time. So yeah, trying to adjust his line, as Demon R looks like he's actually closing in a bit on SRI, or is that SRI perhaps dropping back a little bit?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Now, did just briefly see in the background, yeah, Jimmy in the distance. So Jason closing in on Jimmy as we see Demon R here. We talked last week about how tricky this first set of corners can be. There's a bit of a wobble. Oh, it is a bit wide.
Oh, is he going to hold it? Where is he?
Oh, backwards. Oh, I tell you what, Luke and Dave have done well to avoid that spinning McLaren. I mean, if you're going to go off track, do it dramatically.
Yep. I thought we've gone off track again, but there's a bit of wall there. As we see John. Oh,
yeah, he got a bit. He got a bit deep, didn't he? I mean, he may be trying to push a little bit harder to try and keep up with George. I mean, his last few laps have been in the 204s, which are not bad lap times, but George's have been in the 203s. SGP, a couple of 203s. So,
catching up, pal. SRI, the 203s, looking at 204s, freeze, did that. 204s, freeze, even our 203s.
Not Jason. This lap, though.
Yep, Jason and Jimmy here.
Yeah. Thanks.
Jimmy a wee bit wide as he try to keep the speed up.
Quite possibly. I think Jason perhaps doesn't know what the car he's in is fully capable of, as with not having had a lot of practice in it. So we may see him be cautious in braking zones, or we may see him not going through corners as well as he perhaps would like. I mean, with this championship, obviously we've given each of the drivers the opportunity to change their car once in case they felt that the car that they chose didn't suit them or wasn't competitive. I'm curious, Ray, whether you think in hindsight whether that was a good idea, a bad idea, or not, because
it's been an okay idea. It just means it's nearly went to same car championship.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of, I mean, who was in it to begin with? SGP? Yeah, it was the no, apart from Rich Blues, he was in the Evo to begin with. That's right, he was in the Ferrari.
He said he did like the front wheel drives, and SGP never gave him the opportunity to test this, and then when he's drove it, he's like,
why didn't you tell me about this one? Because you said you didn't like the front wheel drive. Rich Blues, obviously, he went from the Evo to this because the Evo not being as competitive on the straights, although very good and very stable in the corners. I mean, I think one of the things that I think there's two things that it's done, as you mentioned. We now have a lot more drivers having moved to the Elantra, and let's say if we had allowed people to change car, then for example the likes of George and Art Pal here being in the Citroen and the Ferrari may have struggled more at the last track and at this track. Well, they definitely would have done, because the pace wasn't there in the Ferrari or the Citroen at Tokyo, which is why they both changed. Similar for Demon R in the Mercedes. So if we'd have not allowed them to change, maybe SGP would have been in a really strong position now, whereas in the first couple of races perhaps didn't have what appeared to be the best car on the grid as we ride on board with ARC-Pal.
Yeah, like there was a video I watched said that the Citroen was an OP car, but I don't think the Citroen compares to this. It's an OP car as we're on board ARC-Pal.
Yeah.
I see him go through here. Oh, the car lifting.
Yeah, that it was. He's carried good speed though up into the tunnel as we can't really see much. Now I must admit I am surprised at how much front end grip the Elantra has, being a front wheel drive car, because obviously all of the braking, steering and the power is through those front tyres. So I would have expected them to really suffer on the front end, but not to be. Now, I mean, you mentioned with the video about the Citroen being OP. I mean, I do believe the Citroen is definitely one of the OP cars, but I do think it is kind of track specific, because like Tokyo, the Elantra definitely OP compared to every other car. SGP in that car at Canada was able to kind of hold on to third, but had no real chance of competing for the lead with Demon R in the Merc and George in the Citroen. So I do think there are OP cars, but at some tracks there'll be a car that's better than them. Whereas the Elantra, I mean, what has been interesting is, as things are getting a little bit spread out here, is that the Elantra seems to have fantastic tyre wear. Yeah, so I don't think it's overheated the tyres, or at least with the drivers that we're seeing up at the front here. And ARC-Pal's able to, by the looks of it, get on the power fairly early for a front-wheel drive car. As someone on the pack cam just got a little bit sideways. That may have been SRI having a little bit of a moment, because I think that's Luke closing in. Yes, it is. But it's an interesting lap there for onboard ARC-Pal. It'd be interesting to see, as we've got Demon R closing in on the back of Dave Arp, it'd be interesting to see a lap with St. George, for example, who's lapping that half second to a second quicker at the moment and opening a gap out up at the front.
No wonder Luke is catching SRI. He's just done a 202.9.
Oh wow, yeah, so very good lap time there. Should mention though, George did do a 202.7 in qualifying. See, Demon R, I mean, his best lap at the moment is a 203.7. Is he going for a switch back on Dave? Dave covers it off.
Yeah, Luke's right on the back of SRI as well. Yeah. We see Demon R on the main screen. Oh no, we're switching back.
Okay, yeah, so that is Luke now on the back of S. Dave Yar's gone wide on the pack cam, just spotted that. Okay, so we mentioned earlier, does Luke work with SRI? I think at the moment, no, because that gap has grown to the cars ahead. I think Luke, if he's got the pace, has got to go for this and see if he can get a gap between himself and SRI. Dave Yarp on the pack cam, is he going to go for a move? No, he gives Demon R a bump draft. And that, to me, would suggest Dave is aware that obviously Demon R has had his spin, closed the gap back up to him. Maybe this isn't a circuit where Dave can like fight Demon R, but he'll sure as hell follow him as closely as he can. For SRI, I don't think following is in his blood.
SRI took a different line compared to Luke through that corner, and it's just made that little bit difference. Is it going to have a look? No, he nearly went deep.
Yeah, and I should mention as well that although it looks like SRI is part of the 4-pack team, he isn't. But he is also not gay. No one might be able to see what is on that, on that rear window. But Luke does another fastest lap. Okay, he got a bit of slipstream on that one, didn't he? So maybe he had a little bit of yeah, on the other lap. Oh, bad line.
Yeah, bad line. SRI is he going to be able to catch him somewhere? He's looking for the tunnel.
It's a good place to try and go for it up the inside. Luke's maybe going to try switch back. Nope, he just tries to hang it round the outside. Can't, oh yeah, that's all right. Can't quite get it done. And then we're into the horrible right-hander. By the way, SGP on the pack cam has closed right up to the back of Arpal. Now we saw those two trying to work together in Tokyo, and it didn't work, did it? So I'm wondering whether team orders may need to come into play a little bit here from SGP and go, look, I think I can go a little bit quicker if I'm ahead of you. But it looks like he's going for the bump draft. SRI going for one as well. Oh no, sorry, it's swapped cameras.
Yeah, SRI's dropped back.
Yeah. Okay, so yes. So SGP has done a 2031 a couple of times. I mean, I don't think any of our drivers are in a would want to say to someone, "Come on, mate, let me through. We're teammates, but let me through." Whereas,
RI keeps catching. Look at these couple of corners.
well, let's see how they get on, because it was this one you said that they had different lines. Luke, I wonder if Luke is just trying to avoid getting a penalty there, and because of that, he's braking later and not able to get to the apex. Whereas earlier, we saw him over the curb a lot.
Yeah, and getting a penalty, but sorry, I butted in there.
That's
what you were talking about?
I can't even remember what I was talking about. Yes, that they are. Oh, so they are side by side over the line.
Right, not letting them over.
No.
Right, doing his thing.
Oh, and he just gets ahead. And to be fair, this is not a corner you want to go side by side. SRI pushing it through the corners. He's got a good line through there. To be fair, Luke did as well. Is Luke going to have a look up the inside into the tunnel? Oh, SRI's covering it. Is he? Yes, he is. He'll be able to cover the next corner as well.
Nice. Going for the switchback. Can't see. Oh,
no, he's dropped back a little bit, so maybe got a little bit too deep on the brakes, or maybe thinking, where's the point in attacking there when I could just wait until this bit? Well, not the corner, but... Oh! Did he hit the inside wall?
Yeah, he hit the inside wall, but it never done any damage. He's still there.
Oh. Wow, in the slipstream, not in the slipstream. Okay. SRI keeping him. Yeah, you can't move over if the other car doesn't move. That's a lesson Luke is definitely learning now, isn't it? Yeah, just because you want to move over doesn't mean the other car has to.
I think he's covered that inside line. There's SRI going for us switchback, but then Luke will have the inside line coming up.
I think Luke is a little bit slower up and over these corners, isn't he?
Yeah, SRI's just edging them out here.
I would probably not use the term edging. Okay, so Luke got a better run through the corner there on the pack cam. That's Nelly behind Twilight. So teammates in the Reapers. Let's see, where are they? They're in 9th and 10th at the minute, I believe, or 11th and 12th or 10th and 11th. They're somewhere down there. It depends on where Jason is. Okay, so let's see what SRI can do on this occasion. Oh, Nelly's gone wide.
Has he?
Yeah. Yeah, the corner where Luke had been getting his penalties earlier on. I didn't see how his apex was, but yeah, he was off the track on the exit. SRI's got a great... No, it's Arpal. SGP, sorry, an Arpal on the pack cam. I must admit, I think if I was in SGP's shoes, I would be thinking... Like, okay, you're doing well, Arpal, but I think I can go quicker if you weren't in front of me. SRI, you're going for the move, go on.
I think because George has kind of clocked out on them, that they've just been, let's just go, because if Luke's doing fast times and SRI's keeping up with him, Luke might be bringing SRI to that battle of SGP and Arpal.
Yeah. So I saw on the pack cam, Jimmy and Twilight got ever so close into the horrible, tricky little right-hander. Is SGP? He's going for it. No, he's not. Okay.
Jimmy and Twilight a bit wise, going for a switchback. Jimmy. No.
Yeah. So Twilight and Nelly have been closing in then on Jimmy recently, and Jason is a little bit further behind them somewhere, quite a bit behind them unfortunately, so didn't see exactly what happened with Jason. Oh, Jimmy! Oh.
What was that?
I'm not entirely sure, but Jimmy using the SRI tactic. Now, interestingly, as much as you can't let a car move over, you also can't move a car over. It looked like Jimmy was going left there when there was a car still in the area.
I think Twilight had a teabag stain in his box.
He might have done, yeah. Okay, can Nelly do it?
Yorkshire Pete?
Aye. What? Is it the one with the string on it? Okay, so on the pack cam, that is Jason, who is behind Tiny Bob. So I can only guess that something did happen to Jason a little earlier that unfortunately we did not see. Nelly making a move. Oh, I don't think Jimmy realised that he was up there, and Jimmy's now in the barrier.
Sorry, I was watching it.
Yeah, it looked like through the... Oh, and Nelly's actually letting him back through. What are you doing, Nelly? Reapers need the points. Now, interesting, Jimmy last week was very low on fuel at the end of the race, wasn't he? Now, we've only got, what, 6 and this lap. Oh, that'd be a penalty.
He's got that big time.
And he's gone wide. Oh, he saved it, though. But, yeah, penalty it is. Okay, yeah, Jason had a 2-minute 22 lap. He's either had a pit stop or a spin. Now, there's no real need for a pit stop in the McLaren. It makes the move on Numpty, but will he keep that place? I do not know. Is that SGP? Go on.
Tyres don't show a pit stop.
No, that's true, yeah, because if it had pitted, they'd have no wear on them, would they? So, yeah, he must have had a spin somewhere. Okay, SGP still behind Artpound.
He's up the wall a wee bit there. So is SGP on the left-hander before the crest in the hill.
Jason just tagged the wall on the exit as well. So, yeah, got to be careful with that because here comes Numpty. Now, Jason may not know how to get the best out of this McLaren yet. We've not having done much practice. As Nelly on the pack cam looking at attacking Jimmy. Jimmy using a very wide line. Numpty going for it. It'll be inside, is he? Yeah, he is.
Jason going to try and hold the speed round the outside. I don't think he's got it.
No, you're absolutely right. He hasn't. So Numpty. I mean, to be fair, Numpty fending off Jason, it's not an easy thing to do. And to be fair, I don't think Numpty and Jason have done much racing against each other. So, I mean, maybe Jason is being a little more cautious as well because he doesn't know what Numpty is going to do. Okay, Pat Cam, Jimmy just tagged the barrier on the exit on this occasion. It wasn't...
Oh, he's got penalty.
Oh, yes, he has, yeah. I thought he was just being very kind there. Jason may get a bit of a run on Numpty here, but this is where I would perhaps expect Jason to be a little bit quicker through the first 3 corners. As on the pack cam, is that SRI and Luke, or is it Artpal and SGP? It's Artpal and SGP.
Artpal and SGP. Yeah. If Jason's only switched to the car today, oh, he's flying for it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was sort of on about. Yeah, so Jason hasn't had practice in this car, but his experience let him know that he can go quick through those corners. I think Numpty either got a little out of shape or just a bit too cautious in that left-hander before the tunnel. Talking about a bit of practice though, Ray, I hear there's a bit of news, something to do with practice.
Yeah, I heard this myself. I was quite shocked, but nah. So we've been having a Sunday, well, first time round was somebody doing secret practice, and then everybody found out that he was doing secret practice somehow, and they all joined the lobby.
Yeah.
And then the second time, somebody was doing not secret practice, and there was stabbing in the lobby, and with a possible of 9 due to a couple of people being away. So the admins have decided that we're going to change practice to Sunday because on a Thursday it only ends up usually being SRI, SGP, Demon R, Nelly, and Dave the Heart.
Yeah.
Sometimes Nelly isn't there, sometimes SRI or Demon R's not there, so we're going to change it to a Sunday.
Yeah, there's not many numbers on a Thursday, so we're going to change it to a Thursday. Okay, let's see how Jason gets on this occasion. I think he's going to try and make the move before these corners because he knows he's got the speed, or he's going to be a little cautious in 1 and 2. No, is he going for it? Is he going for it? No, he's going to be cautious and get him into the tunnel. Yes, you see the gap has opened up. And now he's going to catch him. Yeah. And now he's going to make the move up the inside. That's not. Oh, he's coming back at him and he's done him. Oh, what a bit of driving. Now, I was going to say, right, that wasn't me just like knowing what was going to happen. That was me knowing Jason and going, okay, he knows what happened on the previous lap, so he's going to factor that into the next lap as Rich Blues is in the pits. But Numpty making that move back through was beautiful. That was brilliant race.
Guys, on you go. Mm-hmm. You left the door open. Oh, SRI's back up with. What?
Yes, that he is on the pack. Oh, we've got Demon R now. Yeah, so with the practice, I mean, it's one of those things, the more numbers we can have in practice, the better it is for everybody. And yeah, it would appear that people seem to be a little bit more available on Sundays, so we're going to do practice on Sundays instead. Because, as you mentioned, without any notice, people have been available and jumped on. So yeah, we'll do practice on Sundays instead of Thursdays. Okay, well, Demon R for his championship. This race hurt him, to be honest, but that spin hasn't helped, and Dave the Art's dropped off a bit in the background, hasn't he? So a bit of a lonely race. Oh well. Oh, that'd be Rich Blues cut out of the pits, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh! Oh dear!
It looked like he was trying to get out the way, but that's the wrong place to go.
Yeah. Okay.
He should have went right.
Yeah. You know what? It's a shit. I don't think we've got a replay of that. It would have been interesting to see a replay of that, because as you said, I think Rich tried to do. Well, it looked like he was letting Demon R through, and maybe just didn't realise that Dave was there, or tried to get going and didn't have the acceleration. May have been in the wrong gear. Pat Cam, SGP, is he going for a move? Oh.
Why did he not go for a move there if he's feeling John's hit the barrier on the exit?
Yeah, that he has.
Some time, and then that's going to bring Luke and SRI a wee bit closer now.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a good point. They're not that far behind, are they? I mean, this is ArtPal and SGP on the main screen, SRI and Luke on the pack cam. Luke definitely being a little more cautious with that curb, and SRI is able to close the gap a little bit in there. But yeah, I mean, for SGP, in hindsight, I think if he'd have gone for the move in the left-hander, I think he'd have got ahead of ArtPal. Yeah, they are real close, aren't they?
Yeah, so they need to watch what they're doing, because they keep tumbling over each other like they did in Tokyo. That's a chance for SRI, and we'll know SRI will take it whenever he can.
Absolutely. On the pack cam, Jason is ahead of Tiny Bob. So unfortunately we didn't get to see that at the time. But yeah, Jason has got ahead. It's opened up a bit of a gap.
Looks fine.
Is SGP going to go? SRI going to go for it? He's got to. But I think Luke may have the pace around. Oh no, he is. SRI's ahead. It's a good job I didn't add an extra word in there, isn't it?
And now SGP and ArtPal be going,
yeah, they didn't need SRI being ahead of Luke.
He's trying to hold Bob tight.
Oh, he's managed to hold on to the position. Now, the thing for Luke now, though, is because they're close to these two, and with only a couple of laps to go, do they bump draft each other?
I don't think Luke wants to be the one of bringing bumming SRI closer.
That's true.
Dragging them along.
Yeah.
It's a different story because SRI's still got to do the work.
Yeah, that's there. Yeah, that's a fair point. Now, on the last lap, SGP did a 2:04.4, so not going for the move. Yeah, it has cost them a good second and a couple of tenths. So yeah, I do think SGP's sort of left lap time on the table here. And nothing against Art Pal. Art Pal was having a great race.
Looks ahead of SRI. Was he ahead?
He was already. Okay.
No, he must have got him coming out the tunnel then.
Yeah, I think you're right.
SRI was in front of the tunnel, wasn't he?
Yes, that he was. Okay, so George has got a gap. He just saw him in the foreground or far distance, going around turn 1 into 2 and 3 now. And then we've got Art Pal and SGP here. Pretty much been sniffing each other's bumpers since the start of the race. We've got Luke and SRI.
Wait, is SGP going to go for a move? He's not.
No, not at the moment anyway. Or is he? Yes, he is. He's on his left. But is he in a prime position to make the move? Oh, I think if he gets up alongside Artpal, I'll let him go. But actually, move not on. And Luke's pulled away from SRI. Oh no, he's just gone deep though.
Yeah. These are still. It's like they're battling over each other.
Yeah, I mean they've split, and now the two behind are closing. They've spent the whole race not attacking each other, and then this last lap getting side by side. Yeah, okay. Now SGP needs to either bump draft him and get a gap, or make the move. Luke has gapped SRI. Well, I suppose. Well, I was going to say, he's got to go for it. He's got to go for it now, hasn't he? He's going for it. Yes, he's finally going for it. Woohoo!
And then that ball completely.
Yeah, go on, hit the wall. Oh, he nearly tagged the wall. Or what I was going to say was, I mean, for these two, at least at the moment, it is their teammate that's behind them. So they're okay there. Pat Cam, that's Jason. That's it. I think he's still ahead of Tiny Bob. Okay, I mean, yeah. Touching on Rich a little bit more, it did look like he did try and take evasive and move left off the track, just unfortunately wasn't able to do it in time. Okay, so George is about to start the final lap of the race, SGP, and look how much closer Luke and SRI are now.
Yeah. Does SGP not want to go too fast so he can drag out Pal with him? Or is he just going to try and get that gap?
I think you've just got to go, haven't you? Okay, looking at George there. George has the fastest lap now, the 2:02.7. Art Pal's last lap was a 2:05.5. And runs a little bit wide. Now, to be fair, Art Pal's been running this whole race in front of a car, so not having to deal with any dirty air or anything like that. So this could actually be a tricky little lap for him to complete here. For George, though, he's kind of been unchallenged after that first sort of 6-7 laps, isn't it?
He's good past his lap. Sorry, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I did just mention that a moment ago, but it's all right. I'll let you off.
Yeah, he's just been unfazed, hasn't he?
Yeah.
As soon as he got away, that was it.
Yeah. Oh, Luke!
Oh, Luke's hit the
wall. He has, and I think SRI might have a little bit of a run on him. Maybe not, might not be close enough, especially with, I think actually Luke has got closer to Art Pal. So maybe getting a slipstream from Art Pal.
Yeah.
Just interesting. Look at George's front right tyre. Let's see if we, in a moment, get to see a comparison of that compared to the likes of SGP and Art Pal, to see whether the lap times have come with extra wear on that front right tyre, because this circuit does punish the front right tyre. On the Pat Cam, it looks like that is fairly spread now. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. For George, one corner to go, and then it's going to be an extension of his lead. and taking the victory. And the maximum 20 points here at Trial Mountain. Well done to George. Didn't really see him hit a wall this time, so well done, SGP. Go on.
SGP's tyres less.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what his last lap time is out of interest. I didn't see it. Okay. That was close for those guys across the line. Demon R's actually got better tyre wear, I believe, than the rest of those ahead, but wasn't going as fast as those guys ahead. Dave the Heart, wow, okay, yeah, he's got a lot more tyre wear than the others in the Elantra. Was unfortunate with that little contact with Rich, but to be fair, I don't think he was going to be able to catch Demon R. Twilight and Nelly look like they've been working well together during this race. Twilight now heating his tyres as they're going to take 8th and 9th. And do we have any more battles, or is Jimmy safe? Oh,
Jason's there, and he doesn't want to do that too much. Jason, you don't copy him, you just go straight.
Okay, so Jason 11th, Numpty 12th, Rich Blues was a lap down, so yeah, has already finished, but well done to him for keeping going. And then we've got Hay, tough one for Hay, that lap down. I believe he did get out of the way for the leading cars when they approached him, so he did have a couple of laps that were very slow.
Some damage?
Well,
is that a wall or two?
Well, yeah. Or is it, well, that front end, yeah, either that or it's where he's been doing a bit of bump drafting of someone. But okay, across the line, Hay is going to go. And there we are, all done. So well done to George. And I have just noticed, you know that thing that's happened before? Where the clock has stopped?
Yeah.
It's on 7 minutes 32 seconds. So bear with us a moment, folks. Okay, so I believe everything is all right. Yeah, so congratulations to George there. As you mentioned, he was late getting to the race. Now, in the DGT League, we do have a feature that is available to the drivers if they for some reason are running a little late. A driver can ask for a 10-minute delay, and I believe George had actually earlier in the day messaged saying that he was not going to make the race, which I think may have made the likes of SGP think, okay, I've got a great chance of winning this race and jumping George in the points. And then, yeah.
3 minutes before the session was supposed to start, George messaged the page for a 10-minute delay.
Yeah. Now, if SRI hadn't have looked at that for another 3 minutes, it wouldn't have. But actually saying that, if the message hadn't been seen, what more than likely would have happened is, obviously, session qualifying starts. George would have arrived at 5 past whatever, and would have been able to join the race, but from the back of the grid. So, if that scenario would happen, and if a driver doesn't ask for a delay or doesn't know that they're going to be late, they turn up during qualifying, we will allow them to take part in the race, but they will start from the back because it means us resetting the whole session. But yeah, by giving the 10-minute delay does help drivers on occasion. What I would say though is, if a driver was every week to go, can I have a 10-minute delay? Every week, it might get to a point where the admins go, no, you've had 9 and it's only race 2. But anyway, right, anything to mention there, Ray, about anything before we get into the confirmed race result?
No, just drivers, remember, practice is now a Sunday.
Yeah, I tell you what I will mention, right, because I know some people are going to be interested. I'm not going to reveal any details, but people are going to want to know what's happening in the next championship. Something very unusual is happening, which hopefully it's a good thing, but it's just going to take a little bit of time. The category of car has been chosen, So it's just the background formalities. As soon as we can let everybody know, we will. So yeah, just because we haven't got any information for you right now doesn't mean that nothing's happening. Okay, Ray, would you like then to take us through the confirmed race result, and maybe if there's anybody with any penalties? I mean, Dave the ARP, he potentially could have reported Rich Blues.
Yeah, he could have. But he didn't.
No.
Oh. Yeah, bummer. But yeah, because I would have put points on a 4-pack, Dave the Harp.
You know what it would have done, and considering that 3 of the 4-pack have finished 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I think things may have turned around a little bit in the team standings, but we'll have to wait and see for that. But yeah.
So in first place we've got George with 20 points. Second place is SGP with 17 points. Third place is Artpal with 15 points. Fantastic start to the race, and a wee bit of tripping each other up, and then just letting SGP at the end. I wouldn't. That helped me fuck off, Artpal. Fourth place is Luke with 13 points. Great battle with 5th place SRI with 12 points.
Yeah.
Damon R, he had his big spin in the tunnel and managed not to take MD out. 6th place with 11 points. 7th place, Dave the Harp, 10 points. He was up there to begin with, and then it just slowly dropped away, and then that incident with Rich Blues.
Well, I have heard that Dave did have to go to hospital to have Rich's arse removed from his mouth.
Was it bleached? 8th place Twilight with 9 points. We've seen him with Nelly, who was in 9th place with 8 points. We've seen Twilight and Nelly, and then Nelly I think dropped back with Jimmy, so 10th place Jimmy 7 points. 11th place was Jason with 6 points. Him and Jimmy were having a good battle, and Tiny Bob were having a good battle. That brings us to 12th place, Tiny Bob, 5 points. And then we've seen Rich Blues coming out the pits and parking it on the apex, just like his team manager SGP would normally do. 13th place with 4 points. And then Hay, a hard one for Hay to come back to, 14th place with 3 points. But he trundled on, he didn't give up. Well done.
You know what, I'm hearing paddock rumours of a potential F1 Singapore style crash gate situation. Reports suggesting that maybe Rich Blues was given an order to hold up the red Elantra and got the wrong one. I made that up. Who else was in a red Elantra?
Twilight?
Yeah, but not him.
There's nobody else?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
The one who won the race.
Oh, George?
Yeah. But yeah, I made it up. I was joking, folks. I was just being a bit silly. Right, okay. Let's take a look then at what that has done to the championship standings. So, still in first place is George on 109 points, opens that gap up, with SGP finishing a few places ahead of Demon R. He's now jumped Demon R, so second place on 96 points, Demon R in third on 95. Dave the Harp in fourth place on 78 points, SRI in fifth place, opening up a little bit of a gap now. I think it's actually jumped Twilight, now on 64 points. Twilight, sixth place on 60 points. Artpal, 7th place, I think, has gained a position on Nelly, so 54 points for Artpal. Nelly in 8th place on 48, and then we've got Tiny Bob and Jimmy tied in 9th place on 32 points, with Luke only 1 point behind them, and Rich only 2 points behind him. Jason, 13th place on 26 points. Formula Gary in 14th on 22 points. And then we've got Hay in 15th on 3 points. And something that has been interesting in this championship rate is every single standings has had people tied somewhere. I think after the first 2 races, we had like 3 or 4 groups of people tied. We've still got one going here, so there's still plenty of battles to be had out there. But with what, 7, 8, 9, 3 races to go. I think SGP and Demon R are going to have to pull their finger out if they're going to want to stop George from taking his first DGT championship.
I'm talking about battles. Formerly Gary wasn't there tonight because he's away on holiday making Robert the Bruce to go alongside William Wallace.
I wondered what you was on about then, bloody hell. Well, yeah. Good luck, Gary. Okay, Ray, would you like to take us through the team standings?
Yeah, so 4. Wait there, let me just check something. Yep. So 4-pack have jumped to Reapers. So 4-pack on 210 points. The Reapers on 206 points, and then we've got Charlie Sheen with 189, and then Turkey Tits with 174.
Now, I've got an interesting point to make here. Now, jokes aside, let's say Dave reports Rich. Probably would have been a 3-point penalty. 4-pack still ahead. That's not the point I want to make, though. If Rich feels like perhaps in this race or this championship he has not contributed much, his 4 points is what has put 4-pack 4 points ahead of the Reapers. Without Rich's 4 points, they'd be tied. So I would say to Rich, if you feel like you're not doing much for the team, you really actually are. Just next time, hit the other red car.
Yeah. Like, who's in the Charlie Sheen?
That's George, Gary, Jason, and Jimmy.
Yeah, because he's like, let me see the standards again. Yeah, like with Jimmy just back there and Jason back there, they're kind of helping George keep Charlie Sheen in front of Turkey Tits.
Yeah, absolutely. And although, I mean, it's 15 points between them, but because it's a team's standings, the gaps like that can disappear quickly. I mean, as an example, I'm pretty sure coming into this race, the Reapers had a 14 or 15 point lead over the 4-pack.
Reapers 175, 4-pack 161.
Yeah, so 14 point lead, and now they're at a 4 point deficit. So an 18 point swing can happen. So yeah, very, very tight and plenty to fight for. Oh, excuse me, in the standings, especially when we get to the next circuit, Ray.
Yeah, Yamagiwa.
Yeah. And for anyone that does want to do some private practice, if you can't find Yamagiwa, it's at Kyoto Park, or Kyoto Driving Park, I think it's called. But we are about to go for a little flyover around the circuit, so if you're ready, Ray, we'll fire up that drone.
Yep.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, let's fly.
Okay, as we come under the light system here, we've got a big long left-hander. So that's going to wear your front right tyre. I had to look at my hand there and go, what one's it going to wear? And then you want to swing it out wide here. Now, some cars will take these curbs like a dream and some cars won't. So you'll need to figure out what your car likes and what your car doesn't.
Watch out as well for the very front edge of the curve. So like this one here, if you hit the white bit head on, it may pop your car up, and it's the same with the first one. Got to be careful of that.
As we come over the hill here, we're going to come down to the left-hander. I think it's quite a fast left-hander, isn't it? It's about fourth gear.
It is.
Fourth gear. And it's a weird one because you want to make a late apex about here and then let it drift out wide as much as you can without going on the grass. And then we come over the hill, you'll feel the car go light as it drops down suddenly, and then you'll feel it getting heavy, and as you're on the brakes just before the apex there, and then slamming it into a left right chicane, and another left here, and make sure you check out if your car likes the curbs or not, or else you're gonna might be spinning around like Connor in his hot pants. So, and then we come up to a wee kink, and then after the kink it's straight into a hairpin, so be careful here guys, traffic ahead of you, you want to be slowing down earlier than you would normally. And then after the hairpin it's downhill into a right left chicane. Now this is tricky because you can take a bit of speed into the right part, but the left part you got to be careful because you are going to go wide if you go too fast through there and maybe hit the wall. I know that's bloody obvious what I've just said.
But no, it's a very good point though.
And then round the final it's not a hairpin, it's like a hairpin but it's stretched out a little bit and straight down. And remember guys, in the race you cannot put somebody in the pits if they're side by side, so make sure you give them space.
Plenty of space, yeah, absolutely. And interestingly as well, the corners, I mean, you mentioned about the second long left-hander is quite a fast corner. It's actually a faster corner than the degree of tightness is less than the first corner, so potentially it's faster than the first corner, but I think the first corner's got a little bit more like positive camber, so you can sort of perhaps carry a bit more speed through it, whereas the second one is kind of like a little bit downhill, so perhaps a little bit easier to run wide. But yeah, but the point you made about the chicane, absolutely spot on. Very easy to carry too much speed and end up in that wall, and if you are in that wall it's going to hurt. But it's going to be interesting to see how the different cars cope around there, because as you said, some of the curbs, if you're in a car that doesn't like curbs, you are going to have to be a little bit cautious, whereas if you're in a car that can soak up the curbs, you'll be able to be very, very aggressive. But yeah, so I don't think there's really much else to add about that track, other than after that we've only got a couple more to go. So anything else you want to mention, Ray?
About racing, no, just remember Sunday nights now, not Thursday, Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I think we're done, Ray, so thank you very much for joining us on commentary.
No, thank you for having me, thank you for the work you put on in the background, thank you to the other admins in the background, and keep your ears open, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open for news on next season. It'll be coming soon, and thank you very much to the drivers. Without them there would be no league.
Absolutely. Right, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, smash that notifications bell, and we'll see you all again soon.
Ta-da!